The Labour leader crossed the floor of the Commons for a conversation with the head of Reform UK. Sir Keir Starmer took the unusual step of walking over the House of Commons floor to speak to rival political leader Nigel Farage, and some of that conversation has been revealed for the first time. Speaking to Express.co.uk, Reform UK leader Nigel Farage said Sir Keir had made his way across the chamber for a friendly chat after a session of PMQs. Despite keeping the exact content of the exchange confidential, Mr. Farage did comment on the nature of the conversation, saying, "Oh, we had a little chat about this and that, but it was interesting, wasn't it, that Sir Keir crossed the chamber." It was quite overtly friendly. He was very, very friendly. The Prime Minister made a beeline for the reform in the House of Commons as the vote on the much-anticipated assisted dying bill took place. To be expected, like many political issues, the pair were on opposite sides, with Starmer voting in favour of the bill, while Farage voted against it. Sir Keir might be wanting to learn something from Mr. Farage, as Reform have rocketed up the opinion polls since the general election in July, whereas Labour's numbers have plummeted. Last week a new poll sent shockwaves around the Labour Party after it found Reform UK was 1 point ahead of the government in public opinion. Research by pollsters at Find Out Now put Nigel Farage's party on 24%, 1 point above Labour on 23%. Although the survey did place Kemi Badenoch's Conservative Party higher than both, at 26%, with the Lib Dems on 11%. Speaking to Express.co.uk during a tour of his constituency Clacton-on-Sea, in Essex, over the weekend, Mr. Farage added that Labour also had to worry about losing support to another party. He added, "Labour, they've got similar nightmares to the Conservatives, because you've got very significant Green vote now, it's not going away, the likes of Bristol, Brighton and the big cities." "I think that vote might even go up a little bit in the next couple of years. The Green vote is a hard left vote, though you've got the Gaza vote which got 4 independents, plus Jeremy Corbyn. Next time they will be a lot more just because of demographic change." You've actually got the two-party system beginning to break down fundamentally before your very eyes, so the first past the post system too. That's the really interesting thing. If this was Europe with proportional representation, PR, this, the reform result, would have happened 10 years ago, or 5 certainly. Under the first past the post system in this year's general election, Labour won a huge majority with 411 MPs, but with just 3-3. 7% of the vote. Reform succeeded in claiming 14.3% of the vote, higher than the Liberal Democrats, but the party received just 6 MPs compared to the Lib Dems' 72. Data from the Electoral Reform Society shows that if the election has been held under a proportional representation system, Reform could have romped home with a staggering 100 MPs, compared to 228 for Labour and 139 for the Conservatives.